Louis says big FTX video. So when Louis says big FTX video, I hop online.
It's a big FTX video.
Wow.
We had a big hearing today, Tiffany. It is
Oh.
pretty big stuff.
Ooh.
So this was really when we got to know Judge Owens, and I'm really impressed. She's really pro-creditor. It's really exciting to see that. Also, we got a lot of clarity on a motion that's super controversial, particularly in the Chinese community. Basically, the motion is to create a process by which to designate certain countries as restricted jurisdictions because it would be a crime for the debtors to send the money there.
Okay. So this is like what we talked about in the last video, right?
Yeah. And like broadly speaking, I think this is like the right approach to take. It doesn't mean that like you view or your specific country should be on that list, but the process is the right process. Now, there were certain words in the motion that were not precise enough, that like left a lot of ambiguity, which panicked me personally. Doesn't mean I was right to panic, but I definitely was panicked because it gave space to the debtors to basically forfeit previous distributions.
Oh, wow.
That creditors missed. So
Oh.
even if you sold your claim, the previous distribution may be forfeit. Now I can double click on that. Basically, the reason behind that is that it said if you are a claim holder and your claim is shown to be designated a restricted jurisdiction, we can look back at any record date, and you are deemed to have forfeited that claim at that record date. So let's say I bought a claim from a claimant who's then designated as a restricted jurisdiction on Tuesday, and on Wednesday it's restricted jurisdiction. They would look back and say, hey, previous distribution record date, which was 11th of April, you were a restricted jurisdiction, first distribution poof. Now we pay, 115% for Chinese claims. If we lose the 72% distribution, we are, gonzo.
Wow. So this was decided on today?
No, but the judge heard from like an hour of creditors, first off, which was like very new for this case. But I thought that was really good. And a lot of people don't fully understand the process and how these hearing works, which is normal. Like, why would you if you're from China? And so they were more trying to fight something that wasn't on the table today. But it was good for the judge to hear people being like worried about this, etc. But thanks to Vlad Jelisasic at Claims Market, good buddy of mine, we got some clarity on this word any. And the judge said, look, I am inclined to approve your process, debtors, but you need to give a lot of clarity. And the subtext was you need to give people a lot of time for them to either move house from China to, say, Italy, or sell their claim. And that gives me enough safety to buy claims again at a high price.
This is good. So you're happy?
It's really good. I'm really happy. I got really stressed out about this. I think there's a lot of negativity on X generally. Like, I don't think there's these giant conspiracies and evil guys everywhere. I just think that like bankruptcy is a really complicated process and there's a lot of opposing views. And so there's a lot of like sharp elbows. Obviously, it's super emotional if you are a Chinese creditor not getting paid and are being told like, hey, you risk losing all your money. But clearly the judge has your back.
Yay.
However, they are going to deem a lot of jurisdictions restricted jurisdictions over time. Like, it's going to happen.
Do we want to go over what jurisdictions that might be?
It would be guessing. Like, they gave a list of countries, but like basically for each country, they're going to get a legal opinion. And if the legal opinion tells them, yeah, you can't send money here, then it'll be deemed a restricted jurisdiction. Okay. There's going to be a time frame. We don't know how long yet. They were offering 45 days, for you to object, etc. For me, that time frame is probably better spent selling your claim or moving house than objecting, because why would you take the risk? Like there's a lot, it just does not seem worth it.
Yeah, and you said like even if it's a restricted jurisdiction for the creditor, if you purchase it, you're able to get the payout because you're in the US, right? That's how it works.
That is how it should work, but
Uh-huh.
like given this motion, there was like a risk of it not working.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, anything else you want to go over?
No, that was it.
Wow, big FTX update from
I
our
mean, that
friend.
was huge. That was huge. And
Thank you
like,
for
look,
listening to the hearing because I did not listen to it.
it was very long. I listened to every mostly Chinese creditors who came to, voice their concerns, and I think they're doing the right thing. Now, if you disagree with me, you can drop a bunch of hate in the comments. I'd love to hear it, but like my view is the judge is giving you an opportunity to sell or move, and you should like jump on the life raft, because I don't see the upside in not doing that.
Yeah, I mean, and a great option if you would like to sell your claim. Obviously, Louis buys
Yeah,
claims.
I'm biased obviously in saying this, but like I am obviously biased. But these legal processes, and you should not take these things personally or emotionally. You need to act in the most rational way for you, as opposed to trying to like act in the way that you think it, well, this is the right thing, this is right, and this is wrong. P. Diddy would be getting a very long sentence if things worked out in right and wrong and not through procedures. And that's just the world we live in, and you need to accept that. And to have the best outcome, you need to go with the procedure and make use of the right escape routes, etc.
Okay, well, I feel that. And if you want to contact Louis, you can reach him on X at Louis Orini. And also, you can just go to ftxcreditor.com. Yay! Okay, thank you, Lou.
Alrighty, I'm
Should,
going to
should we
bed
end?
now.
Love you. Gonna continue fighting with my ex. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, it's me, Tiff, and in case you've never heard of me before, I've been independently covering fraud and bankruptcies in the crypto space. Because of this, I know a lot of people who follow me or might recognize me were once customers of FTX. Well, that's where FTX Creditor comes in. FTX Creditor will buy your FTX bankruptcy claim and pay you immediately in USDC. FTX Creditor has actually bought more FTX claims than all of the other claims buyers combined. FTX Creditor even buys small claims as low as $1,800, all the way up to claims as large as $10 million. So if you're interested in selling your FTX claim for immediate liquidity, or in selling your Voyager, BlockFi, or Celsius stub, you can go to ftxcreditor.com or contact them on Telegram at @FTXCreditor or on X at @FTXCreditor_com.